Hey guys, Coach Sharp back. So I took a little break. Now I'm back to recording this page 4. I'm trying to debate. I might even do page 5 too, so I can go ahead and have that to post tomorrow, so I can record some Algebra 1 videos tomorrow. But anyway, not that y'all really know that, or need to know that, or care about that. All right, jump back into page 4. Again, this should have been done before break. If not, you can still do it now. That's fine. What type of triangle can be drawn using the points -2, 3, -2, -7, and 4, -5? So I already had drawn a partial coordinate grid, coordinate plane on my whiteboard. Go ahead and put them there. Obviously, you can connect all 3 points and it'd be a triangle. So, I mean, you can connect any 3 points to be a triangle. So, obviously, it's not the 4 the answer choice. Okay, so as far as knowing whether scalene, isosceles, or equilateral, you got to figure out the distances between the 3 points. If none of them are the same, it's scalene. If 2 of them are the same, it's isosceles. All 3 are the same, obviously, it's equilateral. So the easiest one for us is between -2, 3 and -2, -7. It's just straight down a distance of 10. So we can go ahead and already draw that, okay? So, again, you could use the distance formula, which is right there, okay? Or, again, like I've kind of taught y'all with these, you can try to draw right triangles, and you're going to go straight across, straight down. So, if I go straight across, this is -2. So, I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's a distance of 6. I went up from -7 to -5, so I went up 2, okay? So now I've got to connect that, all right? So it's going to be a squared, b squared, so 6 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared, which gives me 36 plus 4 equals c squared, which is 40. So then I just take the square root. I know you could even simplify the square root, or you could turn it into a decimal, but I'm just going to leave it like that for right now because, again, as long, I don't have to simplify it because I just got to figure out my other side. And if just obviously getting this, it's not going to be equilateral, so I just got to figure out my third side to figure out if it's going to be 10 or the square root of 40, and if it's neither of those, it's scalene. If it is 10, I have 2 sides of 10, or if it's square root of 40, 2 sides of square root of 40, and I would have an isosceles triangle. So now I got to go from this point to this point, all right? So now if I'm going across, it's still 6 because, again, I just went straight up, so still coming across the 6. Now if I come down 3 to -5, that's a distance of 8. So, again, if y'all have been paying attention with the right triangles, this is actually going to be a 6, 8, 10 right triangle. It's a Pythagorean triple that we talked about. It's just 3, 4, 5 times 2, okay? If you don't remember that, well, let's just apply the Pythagorean formula again. So, I've got 6 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. This is my c. 36 plus 64 equals c squared. Add that, gives me 100 equals c squared. Square root both sides. So c is 10. So that's 10, that's 10. This is, I forgot to put the square root of 40. But I got 2 sides of 10, so that is an isosceles triangle, which is answer 2, or answer choice B, again, if you're thinking about in terms of A, B, C, D. All right, let me try to erase my whiteboard because I just took up the whole thing. Don't got anything weighing it down, so it's sliding on me. All right, 19. In the diagram below of rhombus ABCD, the measure of angle C equals 100 degrees. What is the measure of angle DBC? So it wants, hold on, put markers, lids back on my markers. It wants this angle, DBC, okay? So there's a couple ways to think about this, but the easiest one is this, okay? It's a rhombus, right? It's a rhombus. So rhombus is the same as a parallelogram, except all 4 sides are equal. Okay, so if we just kind of draw this triangle out by itself, okay, I'm just gonna draw the half triangle. So y'all see why I'm doing that in a second, okay? DBC, this is 100. All right, all four sides have to be the same. So if I got half of it, let's just make something up. I'll say that's 6 and that's 6, okay? So what do I got? Well, I got a triangle with two sides of 6, okay? So it's got to be at least an isosceles triangle. Hopefully y'all can tell it's not equilateral if you want to kind of prove why. This would have to be 60 degrees to be equilateral triangle, because we know an equilateral triangle, all three angles are 60 degrees. So this is 100, so it's not equilateral. These two sides are the same, so it's isosceles. So what do we know about isosceles? Two sides are the same and two angles are also the same. And the two angles that are the same are the ones across from my sides that are the same. So it would be this angle and this angle. Again, if you don't remember that, you know two of the angles have to be the same if it's isosceles, but if one of my other angles was 100 and 100 already gives me 200, and of course the triangle can only have 180. So those have to be the same. I've got 80 degrees left. I've used 100. There's 80 degrees left, so it has to be 40 and 40, which is answer choice 1. Again, this is probably the easiest way to think about going about that one. All right. Is there one more down here? There it is. All right. The diagram below of line segment ABCD, line segment AC is congruent to line segment BD. Using this information, it could be proven that what? All right. So here's how you got to think about this, okay? I'm going to draw this out. I know AC and BD are congruent, so I'm going to draw this whole thing out, okay? So here's D, here's A, here's B, here's C, okay? I'm going to say, well, if that's 8, I'm going to say that that's 8, okay? Well, what does that tell me if I do that? Well, I know BC isn't within both of them. It's got to be the same, right? So we'll just say it's 2, okay? So I put 2 on both sides because I'm going to put the numbers for BD down here, AC up there. So if that's 2, this has to be 6 to add up to 8. Same thing down here. If this is 2, that has to be 6 to add up to 8. So what does that show us? BC equals AB. Well, in the example I did, that's not the case. You could have an example where that was the case, but that's not necessarily always going to be true. Okay? AB equals CD. AB's here, that's 6. CD's there, that's 6. Well, that's true. Okay? AD minus BC equals CD. Okay? AD is the whole thing. So if I subtract the middle part, it's saying it's equal to CD. So the whole thing, subtract the middle part, is equal to that. Well, what happened to that part? Okay, obviously, it's not C. It's not answer choice 3. AB plus CD equals 80, the whole thing. So again, if you're just adding that and that, where did that part go? So again, we know it's definitely not 4, and we already showed in just our example, while 1 could be true sometimes, it's not true in the example we did. But 2, because BC is going to basically be canceled out every time, 2 has to be true. This part has to be equal to that part, so it is answer choice 2. Okay? Now I think we go back up. Yeah. All right. And this one's 5 questions as well, just like the last one. All right. What is an equation of circle O shown in the graph below? This is actually pretty easy, okay? So equation of a circle, standard equation of a circle, as I'm trying to erase and talk at the same time. Maybe we get on an Easter tablecloth. All right, so the O is the center of my circle, which is -1, 3. -5, 6 is a point on the edge of the circle, okay? So all 4 answer choices are, where is it? In the form of the equation of a circle. Remember, we've talked about this. H is the X coordinate of my center. K is the Y coordinate, but the center actually has the opposite sign because it's negative. So whatever the center is, I got to take the opposite sign when I put it in the equation. Equals R squared. okay? If we look at all of them, my r squared for all of them is 25. Well, what's that saying? Well, again, if I think about a circle, from the center of the circle to any point on the outside would be the radius, okay? So again, this is basically like drawing a right triangle, okay? I go up 3 over 4 to get from my center to there, so it would be 3, 4. I would have a hypotenuse of 5, a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So 5 would be my radius, okay? So now it just basically comes down to making sure that my center's correct. It's negative 1, 3, but again, I got to take the opposite signs. So it's going to actually be answer choice 1, positive 1, negative 3. All right, so answer choice 1. I'm sorry about that. All right, number 21. The diagram below, AB, BC, and AC are tangents to the circle O at points F, E, and D respectively. AF is 6, CD is 5, and BE is 4. What is the perimeter of triangle ABC? Okay, so here's the thing about those being tangents, okay? This goes back to the rule. Again, this wasn't something we talked about a lot. I'm going to have to draw this whole thing out, okay? I briefly mentioned it because I didn't get a chance to show you all an example like this, but when you have two tangents touching a circle at the same point, the tangent segments where they touch the circle are equal, okay? Well, what does that mean, Coach Scharf? Well, let me finish drawing this and I will show you, class. All right. So, it says AF is 6, all right? So I got to draw it. AF is 6 right here. Again, so this is tangent to the circle here. This is tangent to the circle there, okay? So two tangent segments from the same point. Again, it's kind of that idea about being equidistant, okay? If I'm going straight out, it's almost like the perpendicular bisection thing. I did talk about it a little bit in class. But basically the rule is if you got two tangent segments, again, if you just picture these stopping here and here, not extending to C and B, this stops there, those got to be equal, okay? Let me make sure it didn't give me AD. Did not. It gives me CD. All right, so that's got to be 6, okay? CD is 5. Where's CD? Right here. So same idea. So EC has to be 5, okay? BE is 4. So here's 4, so that means BF has to be 4. Now I just add everything together, okay? I got, even if you just kind of count it out going around however, which way you want to do it. So I got 6, 4 is 10, 4 is 14, 5 is 19, 5 is 24, 6 is 30. All right, so I got a perimeter of 30. Is that one of my answer choices? Indeed it is. Answer choice 3. All right. So there we go. Okay, that is page 4. So again, I'll just go ahead and cut it off right now, as you see me move down to page 5. So I'll cut it off right now, and then I will go ahead and record page 5.